Hello world, this is Jantelle, the aspiring actress. Hope you guys had a great week. I had such an exciting week. I cannot wait to tell you about it. First of all, I'm sorry that I'm posting this video so late. There's just been so much going on. And I had recorded a great video right before this. And then I realized after I recorded it, I went back to listen to it right before I uploaded it to YouTube. I couldn't hear anything. I plugged in my microphone, but I forgot to set the setting for it to pick up me on my microphone. So you couldn't hear anything. You could see me, and I was making all these movements, and I was making all these faces, and I was so excited, but you couldn't hear anything. So this time, I got it working. So I apologize for having this so late, for uploading this so late. But it has been a crazy week. Oh my goodness, in such a good way. So first and foremost, remember how I told you last week that I'd heard from my talent agent and there was a project that she was working on and wanted me, asked if I wanted to be submitted, and I told her yes. But then when the breakdowns came in, there was nothing in my demographic. Well, last week I got another email with new breakdowns in the same project that did fit my demographic. And so she asked if I was still available, and I told her yes, of course. And I have my first gig on Thursday. I'm so excited. This is my very first time on set. So if I'm allowed to, I will be taking a bunch of pictures and some video if at all possible so that I can post things to Instagram. If you have not already started following me on Instagram, please do that now under Actress Jantelle, same as the YouTube channel. And you'll be able to see those pictures as well of me on set for the very first time. So excited. So that's the first thing. Well, secondly, remember how I said last week I needed you guys to hold me accountable for applying for at least 3 different gigs on the websites. Like I mentioned, there are certain websites that I see that have different breakdowns for different parts and so on and so forth. Not the same things that my talent manager uses. So I see, we see different stuff. And so I hadn't started applying for anything. Well, you guys are supposed to hold me accountable to apply for at least 3. And I did do that. I actually applied for more than 3. And I heard back from one. So exciting. So it was actually a part that was going to be on a company website in New York for an entertainment, like you guys have heard of the escape rooms and stuff. And so this was an escape room in New York that was doing, they wanted to do a commercial. And so I sent my information in and was selected. So exciting. But as things would have it, as you know, when it rains, it pours. So I had already said yes, I'd be available for the gig on Thursday. A paying gig, mind you. Very exciting. When I got the information about the gig in New York on Wednesday. Oh my goodness. So the gig on Wednesday has a call time of 9 a.m. and they say it could last up to 12 hours. Now the gig in Virginia is actually in Norfolk, Virginia, and it has a call time of 7 a.m., 7 or 8 a.m. So there was no way, when I did the math and started looking at like bus schedules and, trying to think if I could drive and all this other stuff, if I get there, I have to leave here at like midnight, drive all night to get to New York at 9 a.m. Then I would have an all-day shoot. We're looking at 12 hours. So if I left at 9 p.m. on the dot, then I'd have to drive all the way back to Virginia and basically go straight to the second gig to be there on time. I couldn't do it. I just couldn't do it. And I was so disappointed because I so wanted to do both of them. But of course, I chose the paying gig, the one here in Virginia. So I'm very excited about that. But the point is, I had the opportunity to do another one. Which brings me to what I would tell my 19-year-old self this week. And I was thinking about this for a while because, like I told you guys last week, I was really nervous about submitting myself or putting myself out there because I didn't have all of the materials that some of the seasoned actors had and things like this. And so I was really reluctant to really start pushing myself or going for it. And I thought about how that was just fear holding me back. And so the thing that I would tell my 19-year-old self is not to continue to allow fear to guide you. So what I mean by that is, it wasn't just a fear of failure. I wasn't afraid so much that I wasn't going to be able to do it, or that I was going to have a negative response. It wasn't that. It was more the fact that I would be successful. That's what scared me. What happens if I submit myself for this gig in Pennsylvania and then I get it? Then what? It's like it hadn't even happened yet, and I was holding myself back because I'm like, am I going to be able to get there? Is my car going to make it? My car is going to make it. Am I going to have enough gas? I would have gas. Would I be able? All these questions, all these what ifs, and I always do that. I bog myself down with all these what ifs, scaring myself into a state of almost, being paralyzed because I can't move forward because I'm scaring myself with all the what if this and what if that. Stop, Jantelle, just stop. If I could talk to my 19-year-old self, that's what I would tell her. Stop letting fear guide you, whether it's a fear of failure or a fear of success in some cases, and that holds a lot of people back. There are some people who are great at what they do, but they're afraid of doing it too well. I know that sounds weird, but it's like, what happens to my current job if my side gig takes off? Or what happens to me, to this, if that? All the what ifs. Cross those bridges when you get there. Stop allowing yourself, Jantelle, to sit here paralyzed by fear. Just do it. And I know that was, the advice that I would tell my 19-year-old self in my very first video. Just go for it. Just do it. But I realized that what had kept me from doing it all this time, and not just, this, but just in life in general, what has kept me from going, even moving into my very first apartment, I was afraid, will I be able to pay the rent? I had a steady job. I'd been there for plenty of time. There was no question that I was going to act, but I'm scared. What if? I'm so glad that I just did it, thanks to my sister pushing me and my mom pushing me. Finally just moved into my own place. And I've been happy ever since, living in different, I've had the confidence to move all the way to Colorado for 5 years, because once I proved to myself I could do it here, I figured I could do it anywhere. But I should have done it years earlier and didn't because of fear. And it's like, come on, Jantelle. You cannot let fear govern your life. None of us can let fear govern our lives and keep us from doing the things that we want to do, obviously within reason, doing the things that we want to do, or from pursuing our dreams and pursuing our passions. Sometimes you just got to go for it, So that's what I would tell my 19-year-old self. So anyway, it's been such an exciting week. Now, coming up next week, I finally have my second class with my acting coach. Here's the thing. Remember I told you guys before that I had to memorize a monologue and be ready to perform it for him next, at the next class? Well, all of that time has passed. I now have 1 week. And it's not even totally my fault, because I got so caught up in, remember the online acting contest? I did get that, get my video submitted for that on time, actually early, go me. And so I'm really excited about that. My mom helped me. She was the second character in the scene. It was a 2-person scene, so I had to do one part and she did the lines for the other character, and we got it. I think it turned out really cute. I don't know if I can post it yet. Looking at some of the rules and regulations, I wasn't totally sure if it was okay to post it online, but I'm sure once the contest is over, it won't be a big deal to post it. So you guys stay tuned for that. Hopefully I'll advance to another round. If not, it is what it is. It was fun to do it, and I'll try again next time. Maybe when I have a little bit more experience under my belt. But we'll see what happens this time too. I'm just really excited about that. Like I said, it's been a crazy few weeks, and there's just been so much going on. But now I have to get one monologue done, and I'm gonna pick that. I have to pick it tomorrow and start memorizing it. So when I told you guys I was gonna try to get that recorded and posted. So I will do that. Try to get that recorded and posted for you But it's just been so much going on and so much good stuff and so much exciting stuff. You guys stay tuned. Like I said, if you haven't already started following me on Instagram, check out actress Jantelle on Instagram, so you'll be able to see the photos of what goes on Thursday at the shoot, hopefully. Obviously if I'm allowed to take pictures, like I said. And just stay tuned. Next week is going to be interesting. Again, I finally get to go back to the acting coach, and I'll be able to tell him also all of this stuff that happened and whatever else, and I can tell you guys about that as well. So for now, hope you guys have a great rest of the week, and I look forward to checking in with you guys next Monday. All right, have a good night.